What up, y'all? It's DJ Envy.
And I am Gia Casey.
No, I'm the real DJ Envy.
And I'm the real Gia Casey.
And we're back!
Oh, na, na, na. Family goes, oh, na, na, na. Oh, na, na, na.
Purchase your
Come kick it with the Caseys. All that love and all those babies. C-A-S-C-Y. Welcome to the light.
Welcome.
C-A-S-C-Y. DJ Envy and Gia, oh, oh. It's time to kick it with the Caseys. You're tuned into the Casey crew.
What up, y'all? It's DJ Envy.
And I am Gia Casey.
And this is another edition of the Casey crew.
Welcome. Hello, beautiful people.
Yes, and we are back. New location.
Yes.
We are finally back after 2 years. It's been a long time and we missed you guys. We've seen all your texts, your DMs, your comments, and we are super duper glad that we are finally able to come back. And it's all Gia's fault.
So you're just going to put it on me?
It's all Gia's fault. I mean,
Are y'all surprised?
she didn't want to do it. She wanted to quit. She said she had better things to do.
You know that that's the farthest thing from the truth. Now, why don't you tell them why we really haven't been filming?
Well, the last time we seen you guys was, 2 years ago when our book came out, Real Life, Real Love. And we just got to say thank you for all the support. We appreciate it. Because of you guys, we became national bestsellers. So we are so grateful and thankful for everybody that came out to our virtual conversations, to our in-stores, to all of that. Thank you so much. And we just wrapped up our new book.
Yes, we just finished writing our new book, Real Life, Real Family. So that'll be out in 2025.
Yes. And it's all about just raising kids. And, we have our oldest 22 and our youngest 2. And we just talk about everything in between, just some of the difficult things of raising kids and the ups, the downs and trials and tribulations. And we go through all of that as parents. Sometimes we need a guide. We need help to make sure that it's not just us that just feel like we're crazy dealing with these kids, but it's everybody.
Yeah, I think everybody does feel a little bit crazy once they have kids.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So like we said, we haven't seen you guys in 2 years. And the real reason is we didn't have help, right? If you're just joining our podcast, we had Irma. Irma was our long-term nanny. She nannied with us, for like 4 or 5 years?
No, 5. A little over 5 years.
Yeah, and she was everything for us. She was, the kids trusted her. We trusted her. She was the homemaker. She was cooking. She was taking the kids places. And when we had to travel and leave, she was our confidant that we can actually trust to make sure that knows that everything would be fine in the house. And she left. She went back to Ecuador.
Yeah, which was, a very big deal because at the time we had 5 children. I was pregnant with Peyton. And when you have so many children and you want to be very present for each one of them, yes, sometimes it does take a village.
Yeah.
We're the type of people that we want to be, or at least one of us, or someone that we love and that loves our children at every one of our kids' games, their practices, their recitals, their competitions, anything that they take a love or a liking to, we want to be part of it. So when you want to be so present, it's very, very difficult to do it on your own because, clearly we can't clone ourselves. So instead of telling our children, no, you can't do this or you can't do that because there's only 2 of us, we've tried to always make it so you can do everything that you love. You can try different sports. You can try different activities and someone will be there to support you every step of the way. So for us, help was a key. We really needed it. So when she left to go back to Ecuador, it was very difficult for us because we had to pull all of the weight. And for me to be married to someone who works so much, it was very difficult. And it was so much on me, so much so that he had to pretty much cut back like a lot of his travel and things of that nature to be there on the weekends and to be there on that Thursday and that Friday where oftentimes he would be flying out. So now that we have help, we're able to just take a breath, lean back into our relationship and, kind of like look into each other's eyes again because for the last 2 years, I can't tell you what color his eyes were. We have been very, very overwhelmed, but now that Irma's back and, Ecuador was a really, I think it was a little tough on her and her family. There's just a lot of things that are going on in Ecuador that really encouraged her to want to come back to the United States. She was a United States citizen and her dream was always to bring her family back here to raise her girls. So she had the encouragement to do it, and her job was waiting for her when she came back. So we are thrilled. Her husband and her 2 girls are in tow, so they'll be here shortly. And, you know, she'll be with them, but still working for us. And, you know, we'll all be a big, happy family.
That's right. So, like Gia said, for the last 2 years, trying to find help was difficult, right? We tried a bunch of different nannies, and it just didn't work out.
It has to be, you know what it is? It has to be the right fit. Someone can have all the credentials, but the chemistry just may not sync up. You know what I mean? It's not just about, you know, can you do this? Can you do that? When someone is a live-in nanny, they really have to vibe with your family. You know, we want someone who's happy, who's doing the job because they enjoy that job, and, you know, that they're thrilled to be here the same way that we're thrilled to have them. And if that doesn't happen, it ruins the energy between us, and it ruins the energy in the house. Like, you know, sometimes you'll have someone that goes to work kind of begrudgingly and doesn't enjoy what they're doing. And we experienced that, and it didn't work.
No, it didn't work. And, you know, because of that, we had to make sure that we picked up the slack. So, for instance, Gia loves for our kids to do everything, right? Our kids are in dance, they're in tap, they're in ballet, they're in hip hop, they're in soccer, they're in basketball, they're in football, they're in softball, they're in baseball, they're in all these sports. And there's only 2 of us. So Gia goes left, I go right. Then when we come home, we have to make sure the house is good. So I'm the breakfast man, right? So I do breakfast, Gia does dinner. So then we cook. It got to a point where I didn't want to know what spray was for granite or what spray was for wood. And I was learning too much of that. I didn't want to know what spray was to clean the toilets, what wasn't. It was just too much of that. And we were missing out on a lot of the things that we usually used to do, like have sex, like have more sex. Like, it was getting to that point where we would finish a day and be beat. We would finish a day and be exhausted.
Yeah. You know, and I have to say, when we did the podcast before our hiatus, we used to get a lot of emails and a lot of people call in. You guys remember, where a lot of people would complain, especially women, you know, my husband and I don't have sex. You know, how do we get that magic back? How do we get that spark back? Sometimes we'll have sex once a week, once every 2 weeks, once a month, once every 2 months. You know, I don't feel sexy. I don't feel attractive. What could be going on? And we would surmise what we thought could possibly be going on, and we would give our opinions and
usually I would say,
whatnot.
just make more time. You just need to make more time.
Well, I relate.
I want to apologize.
Now,
because sometimes you just can't make more time.
I relate. We had gotten to the point where we were so tired that 11 o'clock at night, we're both finally getting into the bed after cooking and feeding everyone and cleaning and whatnot. And we would just get into the room and look at each other like, yo, like, it's time to go to La La Land. Like, there was no energy left for that. So I understand. I understand that, because before that, we were intimate every chance that we got. So every night that we were together in the bed, something was happening. You know, if he wasn't traveling, then we had that time to spend with each other. We had that energy. But once that was taken away from us, it's as though that wasn't the single most priority. You know, rest and just kind of getting recentered and being able to wake up fresh the next day to do it all over again, that became the priority. So we kind of fell onto the other side of the equation over the past 2 years.
To the point where it's like, this is going to sound a little nasty. Sorry,
and don't say it.
This is the
Then
podcast.
just don't say it.
So, you know, a lot of times with women, they say they don't necessarily take care of themselves if they're not having sex and they're too tired.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean.
So I was whooping down there, and I'm a guy that likes to manscape, right? But there was a time I was like, there's no time for manscaping.
For a second, I thought you were trying to say that I wasn't taking care of. I was like, this is not true. Like, because I'll be up at.
Well, you didn't have the fro. I had the fro. But I was just saying, I didn't get a chance to manscape because I was too tired. So it was what it was. It was just, it was the jungle down there.
It was fine.
But that was to me. But that's how bad the situation was, to the point where our 2-year-old would sleep in between us, and Gia and I couldn't even cuddle, and we're cuddlers. We're lay in the bed naked, cuddle every
who's
night.
big spoon? Who's little spoon tonight?
Exactly. But
I mean, I'm usually big spoon.
with the menace, cheers. With the menace, in between us,
you poke it out.
Yeah.
Into me.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
You're a little toot. Slide my arm
I
around.
said okay. They get it. They
Hold your
understand.
tummy.
All right.
And I kiss your
I don't have a
shoulder.
tummy. I
And
got
I
a
kiss your neck.
I got a 6-pack. But anyway.
Maybe in your next lifetime.
Watch your mouth. Like I said, the baby is in between us, and we cannot cuddle. We can't do anything. It's to the point where I remember a couple times having sex. We would have to put the baby to sleep. She would come on my side of the bed, and we'd have to put pillows in between us, and not as a barricade.
It was absolutely a barricade. What do you mean not as a barricade?
Well, not as a barricade.
It was a whole barricade of like 4 pillows.
So the baby couldn't see, just in case the baby woke up. Like the baby knew what was going on anyway, but it was just for myself, just in case. But like, it was that type of thing.
Because I would definitely just be like, just to make
totally
sure.
ruin the mood. Like, maybe if the baby turned over, like, oh, we still, whatever it was. It was that type of thing. So when Irma came back, it's now we have sexy time and a lot of sexy
Now,
time.
mind you, it's only been like, I don't know, like matter of days.
You mean that she's been back?
Yeah, she's been back.
10 days.
You're like, we had sex yesterday. What are you talking about?
We were going 10 days strong. She's been back 10 days. So
I'm not even going to front. You've been like 2 and 3 times a day.
Goddamn right.
I was like, I didn't know you still had it in you.
It's not funny. I didn't find that funny. I'm not laughing.
I thought those days were long gone.
What I text you the other day?
It's like, oh, I pat you on the back.
What I text you the other day?
Give you a little slap on the ass.
What did I text you
Like,
the other day?
good job.
I texted you the other day.
What did you text me the other day? What?
Damn,
What?
Before I went to work, before I went to the office, what did I say?
I don't remember.
God damn. I said, you want me to come drop this dick off? That's what I said.
Come on. Oh, that's what you wanted me to share?
Did I say that?
Come on, man. What?
Did I say yes or
You
no?
gotta be so inappropriate. You have to see.
Did I say
You
that?
always do too much.
In between.
It's like here and then you got.
In between.
You know?
Did I text you that or not?
Yeah.
Exactly, because we got a nanny now. Nanny take care of the baby.
When I text you back,
I think you said come or that. I think it was
I said come.
or kitty cat with like wetness. That's what I'm thinking.
Shut up. I don't. Just forget.
You asked me. You asked me. And Mercedes, if you watch it, I didn't go to work that day because after I came home, I fell asleep right after. But anyway, we are getting back to our sexy time and the time that we're enjoying. So all the couples that I said is make time, I understand.
Oh, man.
Because it's so much going on. So
yeah.
So besides that, also you see that we have a new environment, right? We were taping at the old house, then we were taping at Ben's apartment. Ben's house. Ben looked at me like
you just disrespected her house and called it an apartment.
Ben's
She works hard
house.
and she pays a mortgage.
Okay, you're right.
Okay.
Ben's house. We would
Ben, say okay. But what? I can't hear you. Say a whole mortgage. Okay.
Okay. So Ben's house, we used Ben's house for COVID, but now we are here. It took us a long time to get here. With everything going on, it just took us a long time for furniture, for construction crews and painters. So we finally moved into the house, which was a great thing. But we also got a new visitor. Madison is now at the house.
She's not okay.
She is a visitor.
My oldest child is not a new visitor.
She is a visitor. She had an apartment in the city. That's where she lived. That's where she stayed because she goes to NYU. We decided for her last year and a half, she did not want to stay in the city. So she visiting us. When I say visiting, that means she does not have her own room. She is visiting.
She does have her own room.
She does not have her own room.
What are you talking about? She has her own bedroom.
No, she doesn't. That's a guest room.
Rashawn, apparently you don't know the scape of the house. Madison has her own bedroom. Her own bedroom, as does Logan, as does all of our children.
No, once they're out, they're gone. They're visitors. As I was saying.
No, as you're saying, no.
We have two visitors.
No.
We have Madison.
No. Hold on. Everybody will continue. Don't try to go and repurpose their bedrooms. Clearly, her bedroom is already out of your mind. I don't care how old she is. She'll always have a bedroom here because if she wants to come here and go to sleep, take a nap, sleep over, change, do whatever, she has a bedroom to do that. Don't go and try to repurpose her room because you're of that type. No. Now I don't trust you.
Like I said, Madison, we have two visitors, right? We have Madison and her boyfriend. Yes, her boyfriend.
Is that why you put all that stuff is in Logan's room downstairs?
Yeah. It's not Logan's room anymore.
Why? Yeah, why? There's a compute, like, I'm watching.
He's a visitor. But as I was saying, Madison now, she's living with us, and her boyfriend is living with us as well. At first, I thought it was going to be a little icky. I just shouldn't use that icky word. I thought it was going to be a little icky. Thought it was going to be a little strange. And the reason I thought it was going to be a little strange is because, you know, this is my daughter. This is my oldest daughter. This is my number one. This is my baby. And now this guy is her boyfriend. And I actually enjoy the young man. And I'm going to tell you why. First of all, he's nice. He's smart. He's intelligent. But he treats our kids like they're his brothers and sisters. He's constantly playing with them. He's just a nice big brother. And not only that, me and him play basketball every night. He's very smart. He's into the same things that I'm into. So we have a lot of conversation. We watch the game with each other all the time. But not only that, he takes care of Madison. He makes sure that Madison is safe. He makes sure that she's straight. He supports her mentally. He makes sure that he's always on her side. So I like the young man.
He is a sweetheart. For me, he's 10s across the board. He is just genuine. Like Rashawn said, he's intelligent. He's also a student at NYU. They were dating while Madison was still in her apartment in the city, and they were together all the time. And it's funny because there's like a correlation with them that I saw with us. So when we were in college, we were together all the time, and we both had separate apartments. And it got to a point where both of our parents got on the phone, unbeknownst to us, and said, why are we paying two separate rents when they sleep in the same bed every night? Mm-hmm. They're always together. There's no reason. So then Rashawn gave up his apartment and he moved in with me. And then we kind of saw the same thing happening between Madison and his name is Andrew. And it was like, you know, why is Andrew paying rent in a separate apartment? He's with Madison literally every day. It was so reminiscent of us, you know, because it's not very likely that two young people spend every day together. It's just, you know, typically they want their space, they want their time, they want to enjoy their friends individually. We weren't like that. We were honestly together every single day. And I'm seeing the same thing happening with them. So we suggested that he move in with her, and he did. So it's always been a huge goal of ours since we were like in our early 20s. And we would just, you know, we would lay in bed and we would daydream about, you know, having children and what it would be like, and, you know, what we'd want for them and what kind of house we'd want to live in and where we would travel, and, you know, all of these dreams that you have as a young person. And we always said that when we had kids, there's two things that we wanted to do. We wanted to pay their college tuition. Mm-hmm. We didn't want them to take out any school loans or get financial aid or anything. We wanted to work and prepare before we had kids, so we'd be able to provide that for them. And that we wanted to buy each one of them a home when they graduated from college. This way, as Rashawn would say, you know, they get to start out at zero with no debt, with no worries, so that they can enjoy what they want to enjoy in life. So no matter what they want to do, no matter what career path, no matter what dream they want to follow, they can do it without any financial restrictions holding them back.
Yeah, I just want them to be happy. That's my whole thing. You realize life is so short, right? If you miss a family member or a friend, you realize your life can be taken from you so fast. And a lot of times people are not happy because of the situation. Like they have to work to pay a bill. They have to work to pay. It's
not even just about working. Some people, it's like they have to take a job.
Yeah.
You know,
I look at my,
it's not even work, because people work, and if they're following what they love and what their heart's desire is, then that's fine. Mm-hmm. Right. So it's not about work. It's about sometimes people have to take a job, meaning they're doing something because they have to, because they have to make ends meet.
Right. I want them to enjoy it.
Exactly.
Like I look at my dad. My dad, if you follow the show, you know, he's a retired police officer. He hated his job. He hated it. He hated having to work on Thanksgiving. He hated having to work on Christmas. But when he came from the military, that was the only job he was able to get. My mom worked for Guardian Life Insurance, and she hated it. She hated the people around her, but she had to maintain that position to make sure that she could take care of me as a kid. And I used to see how stressed they were when they came home. And I was lucky enough to be able to DJ, which I enjoy my job. I love travel. I've been doing this since I was 16, 15 years old. I've been on the road and making money, and it's been so joyful. I'm like, I want my kids to find that same.
You want them to have that same experience.
That same enjoyment. Yeah. And I don't want them to be like, I have to do this because I got to pay a bill. And, you know, that's the reason why I tell you all the time, if you watch the podcast, that I work so hard for them. And hopefully that, you know, they'll get to do things that they enjoy. So
that's just an example of it, you know? So Madison, we got her the house and we wanted to renovate it. So while it's being renovated, she came back home to live in her room that she still has, that her dad isn't going to touch. And she brought her boyfriend with her. So now that's why the two of them live here until her house is done. Yeah.
And another thing that I love about him is we didn't have the nanny, you know, doing homework with the kids is a lot. If for all you teachers out there, you shouldn't give kids homework because it's really the parents doing the homework. And I don't understand it. This new math be busting my ass, like to the point where I don't know what I'm doing. I'm trying to do pi times 3x times 2 minus 5 times 8 divided by 2. And I still get the answer wrong because most of the time, I'm telling you teachers, if you're watching, I Google the answer and I put the right answer. But I don't know how we
He's just trying to tell you, he don't want homework.
I don't know
how
Like,
please stop giving him homework.
Yeah, I don't know how we got there.
He's not qualified.
No. If it's wrong, it's probably came from me. But Andrew,
do not blame it on Jackson.
But Andrew is actually helping the kids with their homework, which is dope. So, like I said, I really like Andrew. I think he's a good kid, and I don't mind for one bit. Now, I did have a thing. I was like, damn, what happened if I walk into them one day and I bust in their bedroom and they doing something that
if you bust in their bedroom?
What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you?
Like I said, somebody asked me, so would you ever walk into the room and then you see them doing something that you'd be like, ugh? But I say no, because I call before I go in the room.
I was about to say, because you absolutely positively know better than to bust into any other adult's room.
That's right. Mm-hmm. Because if a kid busts into our room, they're going to get mama busting it open.
Come on now. That was a lot.
But as I was saying, so when it comes to them, I actually enjoy it. But so these are some of the things that we've been dealing with.
You're just always looking for a moment.
No, I'm not. You were busting their room. All right, mama. I was
just asking the question. Go ahead.
When's the last time you busted open?
Like, what are you talking about?
Okay, then leave me alone. So also,
y'all think this is funny?
Also,
y'all sitting there like, you think it's funny? Deep, you think it's funny? Okay.
So,
all right.
So also what I was saying is we're just telling you what the trials and tribulations have been for the last 2 years of why we haven't been doing this podcast and all the things that have been going on. Our minis, as Gia calls them, that is the 10, the 9, the 7, and then the 2. They're into travel dance. Now,
there's no such thing. There's no such thing as travel dance.
It's like travel basketball. Is that travel dance?
No, they dance, and they dance competitively.
Do they travel?
It's not called travel dance.
What's it called?
All the dance moms that are watching have their panties in a bunch right now because you called it travel dance.
What do you call it?
It's not softball. It's not basketball. It's not soccer. They're not on a club team. They dance. They dance competitively.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to lie. When Gia first put them in dance, I was like, who the fuck wants to go to this dance shit, right? It's all day long. It starts at 7 in the morning. It ends at 7 p.m.
That's an exaggeration. Leave it up to you. It starts at 7.
And awards be at 5, 6.
Awards be at like 4 o'clock, 4:30. Like, don't exaggerate. You got to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
And I'm not going to lie. So you have to sit there through the whole time. Our daughters train 6 days a week, 2-3 hours a day. And then we drive to these things. They'll dance once in the morning, and then you got to sit there until awards. And then the next day they'll dance twice, and then you got to sit there till awards. It's a lot, but I actually
And some days they'll dance 4 times in one day.
But I actually enjoy it. I'm into my daughter's routines. I know their routines.
Her part's coming up.
I'll be doing this. I'll be knowing.
Well, now she's about to do the backflip.
So I really enjoy.
Wait, that's an aerial. She's about to do an aerial.
I don't know if this is going to help her get into college. If they have, do they have travel dance in college?
You can dance in college, yeah.
Scholarship?
I'm hearing somebody over there say yes.
The city's saying yes.
You've seen girls get scholarships for dance?
We're going to have to keep pushing them because we need them to be.
Oh, now they got to dance 7 days a week.
That's right. because they serious. They get busy and
No, they get busy.
they've been winning.
Oh my gosh.
I would say London is like Gia, where she wants everything to be perfect with her dance routine. She tries to do everything to the T. Brooklyn is more like,
Oh, I'm dying to hear how you can explain this.
you're not gonna like the way I'm gonna say it.
Describe this.
Brooklyn to me, well, you're not gonna like this. Brooklyn to me is like a nigga playing basketball. It just comes to her naturally. You know, when you see a dude from New York with the crossovers, like, man, you be like, damn, he just a nigga from Harlem. He get busy. That's Brooklyn. Brooklyn would just walk right now and just flip over the couch and be like, what the fuck? Like, Brooklyn is natural with it.
This
Brooklyn,
is what you do?
You sat back. I want to hear what you have to say. And then when I say it, this is what you do.
I thought that that's what you were going to say?
I don't know what you thought I was going to say. But like, if you know anything about New York, like New York point guards are a different type of point guard. It comes.
Don't tell me about no damn point guard. Really? That's what you just said?
But that's how Brooklyn is when it comes to dancing. She's just.
And now Brooklyn's Allen Iverson. She's the Allen Iverson of tribal dance.
Allen Iverson's not from New York, but yes, that's a good assessment. See, if you ever watch Allen Iverson play, yeah,
good word.
Thank you very much. Ask me to spell it.
You can't.
Nope. Now, if you ever watch Allen Iverson, he's natural with it.
Wow.
Listen.
I'm still hung up. No. I need to decompress. I'm still hung up.
No, what you said was actually
I'm still
perfect.
hung up.
No. What you said was actually perfect. Allen Iverson doesn't need practice. He's just naturally nice. If you ever watch,
I wasn't co-signing you.
If you ever watch,
don't try to use.
If you ever watch the Allen Iverson documentary, he talks about him never going to practice because it was so natural. That is Brooklyn. Brooklyn, she's just natural with it. She'll walk and just do a backflip, and everybody be like, "Who taught you that?" She's like, "I taught myself." Like, that is Brooklyn. Like, that is Brooklyn. That I found. No.
She's still a perfectionist as well.
But, congratulations to her because they are kicking serious ass. But, yeah, so, yeah.
I don't know if I can move forward.
Jackson does soccer. Now, the thing with soccer, which is pretty cool, and we're just talking about all the reasons why we haven't done this podcast, because all the kids are doing sports. Soccer. No disrespect. I don't know shit about soccer, right? I grew up in Queens Village, right? When I grew up in Queens Village, it was a Haitian town, right? South Passe, my Boleto, or my Haitian. So we didn't have basketball. We only had soccer. And I didn't like soccer because the coach was only speaking in, I guess it's French. So I didn't...
Creole?
Creole? Is it Creole? Creole. It was Creole. So I didn't understand it. So I never understood what he was saying. So I stopped playing soccer. I played...
You started playing soccer?
Yeah, it was very short. Because he was talking...
It was a week?
Maybe.
So I stopped playing. You're the king of giving the wrong impression. So I stopped playing soccer. You never played soccer.
I do it. For a week.
Like, never.
For a week.
Your mom has pictures of you in, like, ballet outfits. I have a picture of you in a leotard.
Cap.
That, God forbid you ever do me dirty, I'm going to put that picture out and it's going to go viral. It's going to completely end your career. I have a picture of you in a fishnet crop top.
That's real. That's real. That's real.
There's no picture of you in a tutu?
No.
Come on now.
That's all cap.
Don't make me put it out.
You're right. Bad.
I will. I'm calling your mom. I'm calling your mom.
Yeah.
And you know what? There's going to be like a box, like, I don't know, S-Dot. Here or here. Where's the box going to go? There's going to be a picture of him in his fishnet shirt.
I do have a fishnet shirt. So let me explain the fishnet shirt.
I mean,
the
leotard I might be going too far.
It's cat.
I don't think I would do that to you.
So there's a picture of me back in the day, Jamaicans.
Oh, now there's an explanation. Go for it.
Jamaicans, the Jamaicans wear fishnet shirts, right? They, what, go on, blum, 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 blum.
Crop top, belly button showing.
Yes. So I was a little kid. My parents put me in a Jamaican t-shirt. We had jerk chicken, fried rice, and that was it. That's
the explanation?
That's the explanation.
Your story, you're sticking to it?
I was like 4 years old. But anyway, besides that, talking about Jackson. So I don't understand soccer. But Jackson is really good at soccer and he wants to learn. So I've been trying to understand soccer. When they score a goal, I'll be like, touchdown. Like, I'm really trying to figure out soccer, but he gets busy. He's on the travel team, right?
He is.
Travel soccer. See? So he's on travel soccer. So we're starting to, he's really into that. We tried him in football.
Which is like so interesting that he's into soccer because
nobody plays
we're
soccer.
like basketball,
we don't even
football.
watch soccer.
Like we don't know anything, like you said, but
no bueno.
No.
Football. And this is where you, as a parent, you have to realize that
It's not your dream.
sometimes
It's not about your
it's
dream.
not about you. So we put Jackson in football. I hope Jackson, I'm listening. I hope he's not around, but we put Jackson in football.
Make a whisper.
And
He's asleep. Go
okay.
for it.
And after the practice,
You
he
have
had,
to whisper.
okay. After the practice, he had the cleanest jersey on the squad. Like clean, like every other jersey was muddy and disgusting. And his jersey was crispy white.
Yeah. You're like, this ain't for you, broski.
And then, then I asked him, I'm like, how come your jerseys, not dirty? He goes, well, they didn't hit me. I'm like, oh, what? They couldn't catch you? He said, no, I didn't want to get hit. So when they gave me the ball, I threw it on the floor. I said, okay, well.
Did that say that? He threw it on the floor?
Yeah, he threw it on the floor. He said, that's the day I called you and was like, we have to take him out of football right now.
Is that actually what happened?
Yes. I said,
He said they gave me the football and I threw it on the floor?
Yes. He said, I don't want to get hit.
Are you making that up?
No.
He said they gave me the football and I threw it on the floor?
Yes. After that, no more football.
I don't believe you.
Okay. No more football. That day, he came home. He got out of his clean stuff. I didn't even have to wash it before I gave it back. I was getting right to the coach. That was it. So now he just plays basketball and soccer.
And he's tall. Like, it's so crazy because we took him to the pediatrician and they said he's going to be what?
Between
6'3", 6'4", right?
6'3", 6'6", he said.
Oh, okay. Because he has some Amazons in his family. Your dad is
Watch
what?
him out. Don't say Amazon. Amazon is not, you don't say he's a sexy Amazon. You said you have some tall people.
I didn't say your dad was sexy. What are you talking about?
You don't got to say Amazon.
Who said that?
Like Amazon is.
What do you...
My dad is 6'3". My cousin is 6'6". My aunt is 6'4".
Your aunt is not 6'4". Why are you always lying? I'm sorry, Aunt B. You are not 6'4".
I know I'm talking about that aunt. I have another aunt that you don't know.
You just know aunt that I don't know. Aunt B is not 6'4". How tall is she really?
I don't know. She's up there.
She's not 6'4". You can't say anything without exaggerating.
Well, let's just clear it up. Not from your side. Because you have a little person on your side of the family. I'll pull up that picture. I seen that picture. You got a little nigga, a little person on your side. This little nigga like, go ahead. Say I'm lying. Say I'm lying. Say I'm lying. Call my family Amazon. We could Amazon versus little niggas. Let's pinky up.
Yeah, that one right.
That was right.
Yeah, that's tough.
But anyway, so what were we talking about? Oh yeah, so Jack is going to be anywhere between 6'3" and 6'6". So we'll see. He was explaining why Logan was mad about that.
No, now I'm gonna have to explain why you call somebody in my family a little person.
Yeah,
that's why I'm stuck there right now.
Because midget, you can't say midget.
Rashawn.
No, I'm just telling you what you can't say.
He's an in-law.
I'm just kidding. I want to apologize to all the little people that's watching the show. It wasn't a shot at you guys. It was a shot at just her little person. That was.
All right, can we move along?
Where we going?
I'm not really sure.
So you was talking about why Logan is upset.
I didn't say that Logan was upset.
Oh, nigga, I didn't
say that.
But Logan's upset, right?
I did not say that.
I'm telling him, Logan's upset. I'm going to tell you why Logan's upset.
You know, you're a foul individual.
So Logan...
This is why I stopped doing the podcast in the first place.
Yeah.
Truth be told.
So Logan is 5'11", but not really, right? Logan puts he's 5'11", but he wears the cushions in the shoes to make himself a little bigger. He's really like 5'9".
He's not 5'9".
What is he?
He's like 5'10". That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Logan's see, he's really 5'8", but I gave him 5'9".
He's not. Now you're lying. Now that's a whole lie. That's not even an exaggeration. Logan's 5'10".
Okay.
It says it on his driver's license.
Okay. So
Keep it going.
Logan's 5'10" and wishes that he was the size of Jackson because
Jackson is not.
Can I finish what I'm saying?
No. Can you, Rashawn? He wishes he was the height of a 9-year-old. I'm going to knock you out in 2 seconds.
He wants the height.
And then I'm going to call Logan for reinforcement because you know he's going to want his lick back.
I'm going to shoot y'all. He wants the height of Jackson. When he was Jackson's age. What? Jackson's supposed to be 6'3" to 6'6", so Logan wants to be that height 6'3", 6'6", because he's so nice in football. But because he's short, they put him in slot. So anytime he catches the ball in slot, he gets hit immediately. So he wishes he was taller so he would have a wide receiver.
I mean, what guy doesn't wish that they were taller? Do you wish that you were taller? Go ahead and lie.
I'm good at 6 foot.
If someone said, hey, you could be 6'3", would you take it?
No,
You're a liar.
I don't.
You're a liar.
Your feet hang off the bed. Your legs are uncomfortable.
Oh,
when you
God
take flights.
forbid that you're 6'3" and your feet hang off the bed. Oh, nobody wants that problem.
When you're flying, your legs are all uncomfortable in a plane.
Anything but that.
Then I'll be like, Benz, I can't find a guy because I got to find somebody my proper height.
Benz, I'm giving you full reign to come on over here and come get your boy.
But
I will just sit back and I will sip.
But just curious.
He's just mad because
Ben's found a guy.
he wished that he could be as tall as you.
Benz has found a man. So, salute and congratulations to Ben.
Yes. Benz does have a new boo.
Benz does
This
have a
is
new
true.
boo. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, she does. And I met the gentleman and he's a nice man.
Are you jealous?
No.
I'm actually
A little bit, yeah.
Are you jealous?
You know why?
I mean, I think I know why.
Why?
Because Benz is your second wife.
Not only that, Ben's got the nerve to be like, oh, I got to leave at 12.
Yeah.
We taping a podcast. What do you mean? Oh, I got to be home. My man wants me home at 12.
I gotta make some teriyaki chicken thighs, which were bomb. Because now, hold up.
This is how we knew Ben's had a man. Things start changing. Ben's don't ever cook. Ben's living.
Benz didn't know how to cook.
Ben's
She got a
lived in that
grandma
house for a
that
year.
could throw down and had no interest in learning how Grams put it down in the kitchen.
She had a house
Let her get
She had a house for a year and never used the stove or oven. She only used the microwave
and the phone.
and the phone. That was it.
Yeah.
And now she cook every day. She cooks. She cooked, and now she's cooking for everybody. Now it's not just a man.
Well, I don't know if she's cooking for us. I think that we're like her test subjects.
No,
We're like the guinea pigs. I gotta make sure that you don't die from it because I gotta feed my man later on.
Gotcha.
So she'll bring us like a sampling plate.
Teriyaki chicken.
Yeah.
Meatballs and spaghetti.
Wait, I didn't get the meatballs and spaghetti.
Oh, I got that.
You holding out?
She did broccoli or something too. Did you try that?
I did have, broccoli. What was it with that night? What was it with that night when you made the broccoli? Barbecue chicken.
Barbecue chicken. She did
That
macaroni
was
and
ill.
cheese.
Huh?
She did macaroni and cheese.
The mac and cheese was, I was eating the mac and cheese. There's mac and cheese and then there's mac and cheese. There's like Southern mac and cheese and then there's like mac and cheese. Your mother makes mac and cheese. But then there's mac and cheese, Like, how your mom makes the mac and cheese. You want to talk about my little person?
That was what I asked. What does the little person cook?
No, because
Let's cook a little meal.
your mom boils the elbows and puts cheese cubes in the tin and then puts it in the oven. No seasoned salt, no Lowry's.
We healthy on our side.
You're not healthy on your side.
That's why we grow tall, because we healthy.
But now there's mac and cheese, like where there's evaporated milk. You might put a little bit of mustard powder in it. You mix up the different cheeses. You make the cheese sauce and then you put the cheese sauce over the elbows and then you put extra cheese in afterwards. Bake it. You take the aluminum foil off in about the last 15 minutes. You put the mac and cheese. That's what Ben's was serving up that day. I was like, the bleep? I was like, you called Grams, didn't you? Grams walked you through. She was like, sure did. I was like, it is bomb. And she was very excited. She'd been a cooking machine ever since.
She's been a cooking machine ever since.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, yeah.
What?
So I lost my Benz now. The other day I called her like 1 in the morning. She acted like I was bothering her.
Not for nothing. Last night.
That's what I'm talking about.
You
You heard her
said
voice?
the other night.
That's the other, last night.
Last night. I was like, she got a
She was talking to me
she
like,
got a sexy piece of chocolate laying next to her or something.
yo, she was talking to me
because
like, nigga,
like-
what you want?
what you want? No.
And I called her like
no,
6 times.
I was about to say, by the third time, it sounded like, again? But she's very respectful. What up, boss? What up, boss? Like, it's you again? What could you possibly want from me at 11:32? Like
changed.
Logan.
Yeah, she changed.
Mm-hmm.
She
Mm-hmm.
changed. It's all good.
She's switching it up.
Yeah, it's all good.
Mm-hmm. So you jealous?
Yep.
You a little mad?
Yep.
You know what? I kind of always felt that once she got a man, that you was going to feel some type of way.
I think she's never going to get a man. That's why people ask me, I'm like, go ahead. I think she was never going to get a man. So
You're just on an insult roll today, aren't you?
well, she got one. She's happy, and I'm happy.
Listen, you never thought that. You never thought that. You would always, truth be told, you would always be like, I don't understand why a guy hasn't scooped her up.
That's not what I said.
That is what you said.
That's not what I said.
Yeah, was he? You
I
really trying to
said-
save face? There's no joy in like being like the mean guy.
No.
Like if
I
you have a
always
soft side
said-
and you say nice things, you should give people
I
their
said
flowers,
Ben-
and that is what you have said.
I said
Yes.
Ben's be blocking her blessing because she said she didn't want to talk to anybody shorter than her. I said there's a lot of short guys out there.
You've said that too, but you also did say you never understood why some guy never just came and
did.
swooped her up.
Yeah, I did.
Yes, because she's a whole winner.
Yeah, well,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but
now I just got to flatten her tires now to make it stay there. But
yeah.
But anyway, so get back to what we said. So the reasons why we haven't done the podcast, I know it's been a lot going on, and also, of course, we moved our son to college. Logan, who is attending the University of Miami, we moved him out there, and I would say this for Logan, it's been more difficult than Madison actually going to college. And even though I cried and teared when Madison went to college, I didn't tear when Logan. Madison always checks back in.
Mm-hmm.
She always comes back. Logan took the deuce.
To you, not to me.
Yeah, well, there's a pool. Like there's
Am
a
I lying?
there's a pool on campus though. And then Logan is shredded, so I know he goes to class with no shirt on, and he's just enjoying. The only time I speak to Logan is when he's in a club, when he's on a yacht or a boat.
He's at the basketball
When he's
game.
at a basketball game. Like Logan is living the life of life, and he's really enjoying.
He
himself.
literally said to me, Mom, I feel like you dropped me off on a permanent vacation. Like the calls that I got in the very beginning, especially, and even to now, I'm having the time of my life. This is the best. I've never had so much fun. I have so many friends.
Mhm.
I'm doing everything. I mean, it's the weather. It's the campus. I mean, there's palm trees on campus. You know, like Rashawn said, there's an outdoor pool on campus.
Mhm.
There's a lake on campus, and you're in the epicenter of all things fun and beautiful. How could you not love it?
Mhm.
You know, so he's really living it up, and I'm so happy for him. You know what's going to sound crazy? I'm a stickler for grades. I'm a stickler for education. But truth be told, I'm actually more happy that he's just having a good time
He is.
and loving life more than I am happy about him getting good grades, which he is. But just to hear that excitement and that enthusiasm in his voice, it really makes my soul happy,
Mhm.
you know? So I don't know if he's ever going to move back to New Jersey. What?
Maybe not.
Yeah. Like,
Well, no, he's a mother's boy. He's a mama's boy. He'll be right back here.
yeah, you said that he threw up the deuces. That boy calls
To
me every single day, every single night. He calls me at 11:30, has me on the phone till 12:30. The other night, I was on the phone with him and I was literally falling asleep. And I was like, babe, I'm falling asleep. I had a long day.
No, y'all were arguing. They were arguing.
Oh, no,
over-
that was 3 nights ago.
They were arguing at midnight about what era Drake is in. Is Drake my
No,
era
not
or your
era. Whose generation?
Or whose generation? Is Drake? I was like, it's midnight. It's 1 a.m. in the morning.
I tried so desperately to get out of that argument. I just wanted to get off the phone
Mm.
and he would not let me go. But you know what? Let me ask y'all, because I'm going to use this as evidence because I know I'm right. Drake, is he more our generation or is he more so a 20-year-old's generation, or does he transcend generations?
I think that's a 2-part question. I think Drake.
What do you mean you think it's a 2-part? You gave an answer that night,
I'm gonna tell you,
but you didn't give me a 2-part answer that night. Don't switch it up. Keep that same energy.
he's more of a younger generation than our generation, but he does make music that we listen to. But Drake is more.
Answer
of
the
young-
question.
He's more of the younger generation.
Not more up. Is he, listen,
He's
there's
more of the
3,
younger
there's A,
generation.
B, and C. Okay. Is he Logan's generation,
He's Logan's
our generation, or does he transcend generations?
He's Logan's generation.
Okay. I believe that he transcends generations.
He's more of Logan's generation. And
Because
when I think of generation like that, I think of what we grew up on, right? We grew up on Jay-Z. We grew up on B.I.G. We grew up on Mary J. Blige. Also, we grew up on Kanye West. Drake was when we were full adults. So yeah, we listen to Drake music, but he's not the feeling that these kids have with Drake is not the same feeling as we have with Drake.
I don't know. Speak for yourself. I feel like when Drake came out, what year approximately?
He came out when I was pretty much doing the New It 2, so that was about 17 years ago.
Okay. So 2007?
Mm-hmm.
2007, I was very much a young adult. Very much going to the club, very much enjoying myself,
He was
listening to
underground
music.
Drake at that point. He wouldn't be a Drake that necessarily you would know.
It doesn't matter if he was underground. No, at that time, I was listening to Drake music and enjoying when he came out.
The only
When
Drake song
he
you know
came
from
out,
there is Best
let's not do this because then we're going to go back into the same conversation I had with Logan.
Because Drake,
Okay.
at that time, that mixtape came out. His
What I'm
mixtape came out
saying
in
is when
2007.
Drake
I don't
came
think he knows
out
his music.
and was putting out popular music.
That was about 2009.
Okay, great. So 2009, when he came out, I was very much a young adult, very much listening to his music and partying in the club and doing things and enjoying that. So that was also our generation. It didn't mean that we had to grow up on that music. Like Logan was a little whippersnapper at that point. So you can't say that because he was the most popular or got most of his accolades or put out his most popular music when Logan was a little bit older, that it's only his generation, because we still enjoyed his music when he put music out when Logan was still a teeny weeny itty bitty thing. So in my opinion, well, we don't have to have the debate here. I'm just saying. So in my opinion, he transcends generations. What do you guys think?
You could hit her up on her DMs. I know she's wrong. And the only reason I say
You
that,
know I'm wrong. So
Yeah,
this isn't a matter of opinion.
No,
You're just gonna be condescending. You just know that I'm wrong.
I'm gonna tell you like this: when I listen to some of the artists that I listen to, I grew up on them. That they were like when Jay-Z talked about what's the difference between a 4.0 and a 4.6, 20 to 30 grand cocksucker beat it. That made me never buy a 4.0 Range Rover, like
Awesome.
things like that. Drake, I love his music, but he didn't have that effect
Because he didn't have effect on your car buying choices.
Oh my goodness! That's
what makes him not your generation.
Back into what we were saying. This whole podcast, we just wanted to discuss of keeping your life, trying to be sexy with everything that we've been going through. And we've talked about everything that we've been going through for the last 2 years, from moving into a new house, our kids. And, it's so easy to be like, find the time and figure the time. And it's very difficult as you can see. But a lot of times what we don't do is we don't appreciate the time, right? Because we think that time is always there. Now I appreciate the time. I try to knock off gear anytime that I can, because I don't know when I'm going to have that opportunity again. If she's in the shower, if she's doing her makeup, if she's driving, whatever it may be. If I'm
driving, you're going to do it while I'm driving, huh? Is that right? All right. Can you cut this now? It's over.
Exactly. But like I said, you try to enjoy that time and try to make it as sexy.
You think
possible.
that's sexy, huh?
What
that's sexy? What? Yeah. Okay.
What?
Yeah. So give it to God. Go ahead.
But like I said, you have to, because before that, I would be like, find the time. But having all these kids and everything going on, sometimes you can't find the time. So I just want to salute to all the married couples out there and all the couples out there that's trying to do it. And I just want to say I apologize, because I was wrong. For the last 2 years, we couldn't find no time for nothing, and we
found some time. We found some time. We weren't able to find the same time that we had before, because when there's a lot on you, it can become difficult, and you really have to make it your business. It has to be a priority. And we were good in the last 2 years about making it a priority and making sure that that we were intimate enough that it was at a satisfying level. Like it was never too far gone. It was always right. It was always meaningful. It was always amazing. Right. It was always, it's not as though, we stopped. It's just, it wasn't every single night.
Sure.
you know, and I had to really understand, like, wow, like it doesn't have to be every single night,
That's right.
you know?
Well, we appreciate you guys for rocking with us. How you feeling this first podcast? You feeling good?
I appreciate you guys catching up with us. There's a lot more catching up to do, but this
That's
is just the first podcast of many.
And also what we're going to do is we're going to put the email back out there. We haven't put the email out there for so long. So many people always have questions about their relationship and ask how we can help. The email is, what's the email, Benz?
You forgot
KCCrew@gmail.com.
the
THEE KCCrew@gmail.com. S Dot's going to put it right here on the bottom. So the KCCrew@gmail.com. So if you're having problems in your relationship and you want to, something that you might need advice from Gia or myself, you probably need more advice from me than her. But whatever it may be,
Never.
it's the KCCrew@gmail.com. This season of podcast is going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have guests. We're going to have more and more people, more and more things to talk about. So I can't wait
AKA
to
guests.
I can't wait for more. And we're going to be going on the road. So we're going to be taking it to different things. So we're going to be back doing live podcasts. It's going to be a lot of fun. We have a nanny now, nigga. So we're going to be on the road. And also, I cannot end this without saying, for all you guys out there, I just want to look in the camera and say, I appreciate you so much. I felt the love. I felt the prayers. I felt everything, the support. I've seen the DMs. I've seen everything with everything that's been going on with me the last couple of months. But I just want to say I appreciate it and I'm grateful and I'm thankful. When things usually happen like that, you see who's your friend and who's not. You see who the problem is. And a lot of times you feel like you're by yourself. But with you guys out there, I feel the support. And I just want to say thank you so much. There's so much that we want to dive into and discuss and that we want to talk about. But because it's a legal thing, we necessarily can't. But I just want to say I felt the love, felt the prayers, and I just want to say we appreciate it so damn much. It means the world to us. All right. And now it's time to get up out of here. I'm DJ Envy.
And I am Gia Casey.
And that was another edition of the KC Crew.
Toodles.